Forced induction, the ultimate cheat code for motorcycle power. Turbochargers and superchargers have created some of the most insane motorcycles ever built, from 85 horsepower in 1982 to over 440 horsepower today. These are the top 18 turbocharged and supercharged motorcycles of all time, ranked by power, engineering, and sheer insanity. Let's get into it. Remember to show your love by liking the video and subscribe if you haven't already. Number 18. Yamaha XJ650 SECA Turbo. At number 18, the Yamaha XJ650 SECA Turbo. Yamaha's answer to Honda's CX500 Turbo. An inline-four making up to 90 horsepower from 649 cubic centimeters with a Hitachi turbocharger. Top speed 125 miles per hour, 0 to 60 in 4.2 seconds. Quick for 1982. The problem? Yamaha played it too safe. Low boost pressure meant smooth power delivery, but it felt boring. Riders buying a turbo bike wanted drama. Yamaha built around 8,000 units across 2 years. It was reliable, well-engineered, and completely forgotten. But it's still a turbocharged inline-four making 90 horsepower in 1982. That earns respect. Number 17. The Suzuki XN85 Turbo. Suzuki went full aggressive with this one. 85 horsepower at 8,500 RPM from a 673 cubic centimeter inline-four with an IHI turbocharger. Top speed 130 miles per hour, 0 to 60 in 3.9 seconds. Faster than Yamaha's bike, and it looked like it came from a sci-fi movie. But Suzuki made a fatal mistake. They used an air-cooled engine. Under boost, this thing overheated constantly. Fuel systems vapor-locked. Fairings melted. The XN85 literally cooked itself to death. Only about 1,200 were built before Suzuki killed it, a cautionary tale in forced induction engineering. At number 16, the bike that started the turbo wars. The Honda CX500 Turbo. Honda's first production turbocharged motorcycle. A 497 cubic centimeter V-twin making 82 horsepower at 8,000 RPM with digital fuel injection. Top speed 121 miles per hour, 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds. Advanced for its time. Honda engineered it properly. Water-cooled, computerized fuel injection, custom turbo placement. But the turbo lag was brutal, nothing below 4,000 RPM. Then all 82 horsepower hit at once. Dangerous mid-corner. Riders hated it. Honda built 5,343 units. It was technically impressive, but commercially disappointing. Still, this is the bike that proved turbocharging could work on a production motorcycle. Number 15. Honda's second attempt. The CX650 Turbo. More displacement, better boost control, refined fuel mapping. A 673 cubic centimeter V-twin making 100 horsepower. Top speed 133 miles per hour. 0 to 60 in under 3.8 seconds. Genuinely quick. The motorcycle press called it the best turbocharged motorcycle ever made, but riders still didn't buy them. Turbo lag was still there. The damage was done. Honda built between 1,500 and 2,000 units. Even better engineering couldn't save it. But 100 horsepower from a 673 cubic centimeter V-twin in 1983, that's still impressive. At number 14, the bike that started everything. The Turbocycle Corporation Z1RTC. A small California company took a Kawasaki Z1R and bolted on an IHI turbocharger. The result? 130 horsepower from a 1-liter inline-four. Top speed around 138 miles per hour, 0 to 60 in approximately 3.5 seconds. Absolutely mental for 1978. Only 250 were built at $5,000 each. That's nearly $25,000 in today's money. The motorcycle press went insane for it, and Honda, Yamaha, Suzuki, and Kawasaki all took notice. This crude, expensive, barely street-legal bike kicked off the entire turbo motorcycle industry. Number 13, the most advanced turbo bike of the 1980s, the Kawasaki GPZ 750 Turbo. A 738 cubic centimeter inline-four making 112 horsepower at 9,000 RPM Hitachi turbocharger, digital fuel injection, digital boost gauge, top speed 140 miles per hour, 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds. The fastest production motorcycle in the world in 1983. But it was mechanically complex beyond belief. When things broke, repairs cost 3 times more than a standard bike. Then in 1988, State Farm blacklisted it. Uninsurable, around 5,000 were built. The ultimate 1980s turbo bike that proved too expensive and too complex. But 112 horsepower in 1983? That's legendary. At number 12, the aftermarket monster. Turbocharged Hayabusa builds from shops like Icon Performance, Velocity Racing, and others. Early 2000s. While manufacturers abandoned turbos, the aftermarket never quit. Tuning shops built turbocharged Hayabusas, making anywhere from 300 to over 450 horsepower. Top speed, over 250 miles per hour in land speed trim. 0 to 60 in under 2 seconds on street builds. These aren't refined production bikes, they're purpose-built missiles, but they proved something critical. Modern fuel injection could handle serious boost. The technology had finally caught up. Completely custom builds, but they paved the way for what came next. Which would you trust more? A factory supercharged bike or a 400 horsepower custom turbo build? Number 11, the bike that should have been. The Suzuki Recursion concept. Suzuki shocked the Tokyo Motor Show with this. A 588 cubic centimeter turbocharged parallel twin making 100 horsepower. Small displacement meant lower emissions categories. Turbo boost gave superbike power. Suzuki found the regulatory loophole. But it never made production. Suzuki was bleeding money and couldn't afford development. This could have been the bike that brought turbos back mainstream. Instead, it's one of the greatest what-if machines in motorcycle history. Still makes this list because the engineering was brilliant. At number 10, Italian insanity. The Virus 987 C34V Supercharged. Virus took a Ducati Testastretta V-twin, added an Aerocharger supercharger, and wrapped it in a hub center steering chassis. 211 horsepower. Top speed, estimated 185 plus miles per hour. 0 to 60 in under 2.7 seconds. Carbon fiber everything. Hub center steering for ultimate precision. Price, 65,000 to 85,000 euros. The cost of a Porsche 911. Only about 25 were ever built. This is forced induction as art. But 211 horsepower from a supercharged V-twin proves boost works on twins, not just inline-fours. 85,000 euros for a motorcycle. Is this engineering genius or pure insanity? Number 9. Supercharged Sport Touring. The Kawasaki H2 SX/SE. 2018 to present. Kawasaki took their supercharged engine and built a sport tourer. 207 horsepower from the same 998 cubic centimeter supercharged inline-four in the 2025 model. Top speed over 180 miles per hour, 0 to 60 in 2.8 seconds. With luggage capacity, electronic cruise control, and touring ergonomics. You can tour Europe at 150 miles per hour in total comfort with over 200 horsepower on tap. Still in production. This proved forced induction could work across multiple segments, not just pure sport. A 207 horsepower sport tourer with a factory warranty. The future is insane. At number 8, Supercharged Street Fighter. The Kawasaki ZH2. 2020 to present. Same supercharged platform, 197 horsepower, but stripped naked. 0 fairings, pure aggression, top speed over 170 miles per hour, 0 to 60 in 2.7 seconds. This isn't about top speed. This is about supercharged torque hitting instantly off every corner. 101 pound-feet of torque from a supercharged inline-four in a naked bike package. Traction control keeps it manageable, barely. A 197 horsepower naked bike with a supercharger whine. This is urban warfare on 2 wheels. Number 7. Team 38 Kawasaki H2 Bonneville record, speed record holder. Team 38's Kawasaki H2, August 2018. Team 38 took a modified Kawasaki H2 to the Bonneville Salt Flats. First run, 211.621 miles per hour. Return run, 207.263 miles per hour. Official average, 209.442 miles per hour. New AMA land speed record for production-based supercharged motorcycles. This isn't just a modified street bike. This is a production-based machine proving supercharged technology at the highest level of speed competition. The H2 platform isn't just fast, it's historically fast. Number 6, aftermarket H2R builds. At number 6, the aftermarket has entered the chat. H2R builds, pushing 400 to over 450 horsepower. Tuners worldwide are pushing the H2R platform past 400 horsepower. Some builds reportedly exceed 450 on race fuel. Upgraded superchargers, custom ECU mapping, aggressive tuning. The typical build includes a larger supercharger pulley for more boost, forged pistons and connecting rods, head porting and polishing, and race fuel systems. Stock boost is around 14 psi. These builds run 20 to 25 plus psi. That's nearly double the stock boost pressure. Top speed over 250 miles per hour, 0 to 60 in under 2 seconds. Quarter mile in the 8 to 9 second range. Even street legal builds with pump gas are hitting 350 to 380 horsepower reliably. That's 50 plus horsepower over stock. Some tuners are even converting from supercharger to turbocharger setups. More efficient, more power potential, but you lose that instant response. The H2R platform is so robust, you can add over 100 horsepower and it holds together. The transmission handles it, the clutch handles it, the chassis handles it. Yeah, you're noticing a pattern. The top 10 is basically the Kawasaki H2 show. But that's because no one else even tried to compete. Honda, Yamaha, Suzuki, Ducati, all watching from the sidelines while Kawasaki dominates forced induction. Would you daily ride a 400 horsepower motorcycle? Or is that crossing the line from insane to suicidal? Let me know in the comments. Number 5. The street legal supercharged legend. The Kawasaki Ninja H2. 2015 to present. Kawasaki's street legal supercharged hyperbike. The 2025 model makes 240 horsepower with ram air at 11,500 RPM. Ram air adds 40 horsepower at top speed. That's the difference between 200 and 240. The faster you go, the more power it makes. Top speed, 209 miles per hour with the speed limiter. 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds. 0 to 100 in 5.2 seconds. Quarter mile in 9.5 seconds at 152 miles per hour. That quarter mile time is faster than a Ferrari F8 Tributo, faster than a Lamborghini Huracan, in a bike that costs $30,000. Advanced electronics keep it manageable. Kawasaki cornering management function includes traction control, ABS, and power modes. Launch control for perfect starts. Quick shifter for clutchless shifts up and down. The supercharger spins at 130,000 RPM. That's 8.5 times engine speed. Developed with Kawasaki's aerospace division, the same people who build jet engines. The signature paint is mirror-coated spark black with the river mark, a subtle pattern in the paint that changes with viewing angle. It's a Kawasaki tradition from their aerospace division, still in production after 10 years. An estimated 12,000 to 15,000 units sold globally. MSRP, $30,500. You can walk into a Kawasaki dealership right now and buy a 240 horsepower supercharged motorcycle with a factory warranty. Full emissions compliance, street legal in all 50 states. That fact alone is extraordinary. A supercharged 240 horsepower hyperbike you can finance, insure, and ride to work. The future arrived in 2015. Number 4, Kawasaki Ninja H2 Carbon. At number 4, the H2's evolution. The Kawasaki Ninja H2 Carbon, same 240 horsepower supercharged engine in the 2025 model, but with full carbon fiber bodywork. Weight savings improve power to weight ratio. Top speed, 211 miles per hour, 0 to 60 in around 2.5 seconds. Dry weight, 476 pounds, quarter mile in 9.4 seconds. The performance advantage comes from weight reduction and optimized aerodynamics. Carbon fiber upper cowl, side covers, tail section, front fender, rear hugger, real carbon fiber, not vinyl wrap. Weight savings, approximately 11 pounds compared to standard H2. That might not sound like much, but on a bike, every pound counts. Power to weight ratio, 0.50 horsepower per pound. That's supercar territory. That's more than a Porsche 911 GT3. The SE model also gets carbon fiber wheels. Unsprung weight reduction improves handling, acceleration, and braking. Exclusive color schemes. Metallic matte gray with ebony accents. The carbon edition is visually distinct. Price: over $36,000. That's $5,500 more than the standard H2. But you're getting the most advanced production, supercharged motorcycle with exotic materials. Limited production, not every dealer gets them. This is the H2 platform at its most refined. Carbon fiber, 240 horsepower, supercharged. This is what happens when Kawasaki says, let's make the H2 even more extreme. Number 3. The fully loaded supercharged tourer. The Kawasaki H2 SXSE Plus. 207 horsepower in the 2025 model with adaptive cruise control, blind spot detection, and radar-based collision warning, millimeter wave radar front and rear. It monitors traffic ahead and behind, adjusts cruise control speed based on traffic, warns you if someone's in your blind spot. Top speed, over 180 miles per hour, 0 to 60 in 2.8 seconds. Fuel range, over 250 miles on highway, quarter mile in 10.2 seconds. Adaptive cruise control with 4 distance settings. Blind spot monitoring system with indicator lights in the mirrors. Cornering lights that illuminate the inside of turns. 7-inch full-color TFT display with smartphone connectivity. Pair your smartphone for turn-by-turn navigation on the display. See call and text notifications. Control music playback. 4 ride modes, plus a fully customizable rider mode. Cornering ABS adjusts braking based on lean angle. Traction control with multiple levels. Engine braking control for smoother deceleration. MSRP $29,100. Optional panniers provide 56 liters of storage capacity. Fuel capacity 5.3 gallons. Real-world range 200 to 250 miles depending on riding style. This is a 207 horsepower supercharged sport tourer with more technology than most cars. You can set adaptive cruise at 90 miles per hour, get blind spot warnings, and ride for 250 miles between fuel stops. Yes, I ranked a touring bike higher than the pure hyperbike. The SE Plus represents the pinnacle of what's possible when you combine 200 plus horsepower with cutting-edge technology. It's the most advanced motorcycle on the planet. Fight me in the comments. This is Kawasaki's technological flagship. Everything they've learned about forced induction, electronics, and rider aids is in this bike. Number 2. Track-only insanity. The Kawasaki Ninja H2R. 322 horsepower at 14,000 RPM from a supercharged 998 cubic centimeter Inline-Four. Track only, not street legal. No headlights, no turn signals, no emissions equipment. Top speed, 249 miles per hour, manufacturer limited. Some reports suggest it could exceed 280 miles per hour without the limiter. 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds. 0 to 100 in 4.8 seconds. Quarter mile in 9.0 seconds at 165 miles per hour. The supercharger spins at 130,000 RPM. Boost pressure 18.5 psi. That's significantly more than the Street H2's 14 psi. Developed by Kawasaki's aerospace division. Compression ratio 8.5 to 1. Slightly higher than the Street H2 because this bike only runs on race fuel. Dry weight 476 pounds. Power to weight 0.68 horsepower per pound. That's approaching Formula 1 car levels. Aerodynamic wings on the fairing generate downforce at high speed. Carbon fiber winglets channel air. The bike generates over 200 pounds of downforce at top speed. Signature lime green color. Only available on the H2R. It's become iconic. Price: over $59,000 for the 2025 model. You're not paying for a street bike. You're paying for the most powerful production motorcycle ever made. Aerodynamic wings, carbon fiber everywhere, titanium exhaust, forged aluminum wheels, Brembo racing brakes, Öhlins electronic suspension. This is engineering without compromise. No emissions regulations, no street legal requirements, just pure performance. Still in production after 10 years. Limited numbers built annually. Not every dealer gets allocation. This is the most powerful production motorcycle ever made. 322 horsepower, 249 miles per hour, a supercharger that screams like a jet engine, but it's not number 1. And at number 1, modified Kawasaki H2R, the ultimate expression of forced induction. Now, here's the transparency. These numbers come from tuner reports and haven't all been independently verified by third-party dyno facilities. But multiple reputable shops are claiming builds in the 420 to 450 plus horsepower range on race fuel. The typical build includes a larger supercharger from companies like Rotrex or upgraded Kawasaki units. Cylinder heads are ported and polished. Forged pistons and connecting rods replace stock components. Custom ECU tuning for race fuel. Boost pressure 25 to 30 plus PSI. That's nearly double the stock H2R's boost. Fuel E85 ethanol blend or race gas with 110 plus octane. You're not running this on pump gas. Top speed, estimated over 260 miles per hour with proper gearing and aerodynamics. 0 to 60 in under 2 seconds. Quarter mile in the 7 to 8 second range. Let's put this in perspective. A Porsche 911 GT3 makes 502 horsepower. A Ferrari F8 Tributo makes 710 horsepower. A McLaren 720S makes 710 horsepower. The modified H2R weighs about 480 pounds. The Ferrari F8 weighs 3,164 pounds. Power-to-weight ratio, H2R at 0.94 horsepower per pound versus F8 at 0.22 horsepower per pound. That's more than 4 times the power-to-weight ratio. In real terms, this bike would absolutely destroy a Ferrari F8 in acceleration. Supporting modifications required: upgraded clutch to handle the power, reinforced transmission gears, race fuel system with high-flow injectors and pumps, custom exhaust system for flow. And here's the shocking part: these builds can be surprisingly reliable when properly tuned and maintained. The H2R platform was over-engineered from the factory. The fact that the H2R platform can handle this much power reliably proves Kawasaki's engineering is on another level. They built a bike capable of nearly doubling its power and still holding together. From 85 horsepower in 1982 to over 450 horsepower today. From catastrophic failures and insurance blacklists to production bikes you can buy at a dealership. This is the evolution of forced induction motorcycles. 5 times the power, 10 times the reliability, 100 times more sophisticated. Custom builds from tuners worldwide. Companies in Japan, Europe, and the United States are all pushing the H2R to its absolute limit. And it's still not done evolving. Someone, somewhere, is building an even more powerful H2R right now. Those are the top 18 turbocharged and supercharged motorcycles of all time. From 85 horsepower and catastrophic failures in the 1980s to 322 horsepower production machines and 450 plus horsepower custom builds today. The 1980s experimental era, the 1985 to 2014 dark ages when no one made forced induction bikes, and 2015 to present, the Kawasaki era of dominance. So here's the controversial question. Was putting the H2R at number 2 a mistake? Or does the modified version at 450 horsepower rightfully take the crown? Let me know in the comments. I expect this one to start a war. And beyond that debate, which bike would you actually ride? The sketchy 1978 original that started it all? The insurance blacklist GPZ750? Or one of the modern H2 variants? And here's another spicy question. Did Kawasaki's dominance make this list boring? 7 of the top 10 are H2 variants. Is that a problem? Or is that just reality when no one else even tries to compete? And here's the real question that's going to start a war. Will any manufacturer ever challenge Kawasaki's H2 dominance? Or is forced induction already dead with electric taking over? Team Turbo, you believe forced induction has a future? Comment with a fire emoji. Team Electric, you think instant torque from electric motors makes turbos and superchargers obsolete? Comment with a lightning bolt. If you want more top lists, controversial rankings, and bike breakdowns that'll make people argue in the comments, hit subscribe. Now go start that comment war. I'll be reading every single one.